What's good, everyone? You're listening to On Our Level with Sam and David talking all things casual drinking, gaming, media and entertainment. Well, first of all, Happy New Year to everybody listening. Of course, we're a few weeks late. It's probably a month by the time this comes out, but we did take a little bit of a break, like we said. Welcome to 2022. Hope you had a good New Year and Christmas, good festive period. As always, we'll start off. David, Happy New Year. Do you want to tell us what you're drinking today? Anything you got over the Christmas period?
Yeah, Happy New Year. Well, I did get this over the Christmas period. I think I actually got it just after we finished the last episode of last year. And I've been meaning to try this, but it's just taken me ages to get around to it. I have had it once before, but I think it was when I started trying whiskey and it was just too much for me, if you know what I mean. It was too fiery. But today I am drinking Highland Park 10-year Viking Scars. Very fancy box, very fancy bottle. But yeah, and I've also, I don't want to jump the gun too quickly, but one of the things I got for Christmas, my brother and his wife got me some Spherical Ice Molds. So now I can have like a proper, you can't really see it in there, but it's a proper big like ball of ice.
That's cool.
It's very cool. It's like, because previously you just have like these little ice blocks and they melt really quickly and stuff like that. So it melts a lot slower.
So is that capsule, I'm assuming you fill it with water and it seals shut when you put it in?
So these two parts like open so you can get the ball out, but you fill it up with water.
Almost like a Pokeball,
Yeah, fill it up with water through the nipple, and then you just freeze it, and then it's mint. And it came with like four. It came with like 4 of them or something. So
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's very cool. But what are you drinking today? It's been ages since I've said that.
I know. It's been a while. I feel a bit rusty as well. I'm actually drinking a brand new one. I got a few actually over Christmas, and some bought, some gifted. So I'm trying Jura, which is a single malt Scotch whiskey. Box is here for anybody who wants to see it on YouTube. It's aged for 18 years, so quite a long one. Probably one of the longer ones that I've tasted. I have had a bit already. Opened the box earlier. It comes in the description: rich and full-bodied, and interestingly with a quality red wine finish and refined smoky notes. So obviously those that have listened regularly, big fan of red as well. So it'd be interesting to give you a full review at the end. And it's funny you say you've got a new ice cube maker. I actually have some new glasses.
Hey.
Now, I've had a decanter for a while, and my partner managed to find the matching glass set to go with them.
Oh, that's cool.
So now I have them set out on a tray, 2 glasses, decanter, full on display for everybody to just brag about my whiskey, my love for whiskey. But yeah, no, it's just a nice little addition. So
Jura,
cool.
I've seen that. I've seen that about like when I go to the shops and stuff. It's always one that I want to have a go of. But like, yeah, I'll get there eventually. It'll be interesting.
Yeah.
The fact that you said it's like, what was it, with red wine or something?
Yeah, red wine finish.
Interesting.
So we'll see. First sip, good so far. Cool. So hopefully it rolls through. So anyway, into this week's episode, as we're kind of warming up, we'll get into kind of what is new for 2022. But we'll basically cover the kind of new tech that we've got recently, anything that's changed, what we're looking forward to, or what we have started to play during this year. We'll also cover some interesting news that's come through. Sorry for those that are more of a Sony or PC player. Obviously, we're kind of Xbox bias over here. So a lot of the news will entail kind of Xbox stuff. So yeah, we'll just move into the tech. I mean, I was originally just going to cover some of the bits I've got. And I've actually pulled out 4 pieces. One that I want to cover in more detail. The first of which that I got was a brand new wireless headset. Now, I think you've got some Astros, right, for your Xbox.
Yeah. I use them for this as well, and they're great.
Yeah. I've recently got the new wireless Xbox headset, and it's the first time I think they're compatible with this spatial audio. I think it's called 3D audio.
Nice.
It's really cool. Connects straight to the Xbox. It's really weird, but the small things, like it's a dream moving away from wired connections that used to be in the controller. And not having to take the controller around with me when I've got the headset on. It was just really weird because I was still doing it, but just going to make a coffee, I've just leave it in the room. The range is so good on them. And I'm also using them for work. They're just really nice sound cancelling, really good range, like through the frequencies, really, really good lows, almost have to turn them down. Really low latency to the Xbox. So when I'm playing, there's no kind of dropout. The spatial sound is stunning. I mean, the only kind of caveat is that if you want to get the full experience of it, you have to download some of the spatial audio apps. So I think Dolby Atmos has an app and DTX has an app that you have to download and get a free subscription for a while.
Are those?
Obviously, you try that, so after you trial that, you then have to pay for it. So what is, it is stunning.
What do you have to pay for that on? Do you pay for that through Xbox? Is it an app on Xbox?
Yeah. So when you go to it, one of the options will say on, when you go to the TV settings or the audio settings, it tells you what your accessories are compatible with. So if you go to that with your headset, it will tell you if it's compatible with some of these apps. And then there's a button that takes you straight to the apps that are compatible with.
Right.
Dolby Atmos one and the DTX one. I think I've done a free trial on both of them. Watched a few like TV series and stuff with them. It is insane. Like, I mean, the audio sounds like it's exactly where it is in a distance. It's really bizarre. That's
bizarre. Really cool. I've seen really good things about those headphones. I remember watching the kind of like press pack or the trailer for them when they were about to come out. And I'm very thankful that you now have a new headset, because just before the end of the year and we were playing Back 4 Blood or something, it was just a constant, like the whole way through, and I was like, Sam, get
dodgy wired connection. Yeah. Worth it. Worth it.
That's cool that they're wireless, because that's one of the bad things about like the Astros and stuff. They're great headsets, but like I want to make that jump for wireless stuff. Like all the stuff I have for work now is wireless. Like I've got my like fancy mechanical keyboard that's all wireless, and like Razer mouse and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't have the headset yet. But that's cool.
It's just nice and tidy. And I suppose one of the downsides people do talk about is the fact that you do have to charge them, but actually they do have a 15-hour charge on them. So it's pretty good. Really love the controls because they're on the ear cups where you can twist each one. And there's
where's the mic as well? Does the mic come out of the headset?
Very small boom, probably longer than your index finger. Cool. Really, really small but sensitive. It's got a really neat little auto mute function that you can have on low, medium or high sensitivity. So if someone comes along and hoovers, or if you're in a room with a washing machine, you can hit it on the high setting. It will block out all the noise bar when you talk. It's really, really good.
That's really cool.
Really, really good and worth it. It really enhances some of the game experience, in particular some of the campaigns. So really, really glad I got it. The second piece, big piece that I want to focus on is the new TV. I've finally done it. I've gone and got a kind of the first top end TV I've ever spent a serious amount of wedge on. And part of me afterwards was a bit nervous, but oh my God, was it worth it?
It's like buyer's regret. It's like, oh my God, did I really need that?
Yeah. So I've gone for a 55-inch TV, LG C1, and the display, as some of you might know who already have OLEDs, is absolutely stunning. And I don't think it will be my last OLED TV, that's for sure. It comes with 4 HDMI 2.1 ports, which is kind of future-proofing for all of those kind of boxes that are going to be able to put up with 120 hertz at 4K. It supports variable refresh rate, which is fab. It's also got an auto low latency mode, which is perfect for gaming. It's got NVIDIA's G-Syncs, which is compatible with the Xbox One X, Xbox Series X, resulting in barely or if no screen tear at all. It's incredible. It's got a really neat game optimizer menu. So whenever you plug a console in, it will automatically bring up this menu when you press the settings button. It really lets you alter the blacks and whites. In particular. So there's sometimes I tend to find with the HDR and sometimes Dolby Vision, the dark areas, you lose a lot of the detail. And rather than fiddling for hours with the settings on your TV, it's got these white and black balances where you can alter them ever so slightly without losing those nice dark blacks you get on an OLED display. Really, 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 really good TV. I've never seen anything like it. I think it's because all of the pixels individually turn on and off.
Yeah,
when you get a black scene or something that's completely black, the pixel is off. So it is effectively that pixel is off. So the screen is completely black.
Yeah,
it's stunning. And in particular, in low light, it feels like you've got a cinema room. But yeah, the best thing I've purchased in a long, long time. We'll just see about the burn-in. I've heard about burn-in. I've heard mixed reviews. Some people say it happens. Some people say it doesn't.
That's when it stays on a specific screen for a while, right? And where the UI of a game console or something, if you leave it on that screen, it will stay. And when you turn it, change the channels and stuff, it will burn into the pixels.
That's it. Yeah, spot on.
Right.
So if you think kind of things like news channels as well, where you've got the reels, the ribbons at the bottom where they're constantly reeling breaking news, that kind of stuff will burn in. Now the TV does.
On the Xbox, even on the dashboard,
yes,
the parts for it. Interesting.
100%. It does have some really neat functions where if it detects a dead screen, it will bring up a screensaver, or I think every 15 minutes, the screen shifts 1 pixel left, right, up and down within a 3-pixel bracket so that same pixel isn't on the same color the whole time.
Oh,
really, cool. Really clever. Really clever. And the screen does dim after a certain period. I think it's 5 minutes. So I've heard it's very hard to burn in, but just
but it's a thing.
Unbelievable
cool.
display.
It's very tempting. Like when you told me about it, I was like, yeah, I kind of want a cool TV now. We've got a decent TV in the lounge. It's I don't know what it is actually. It's 4K, HDR, all that good stuff. But OLED. Yeah, I feel like that's the way to go.
It's not even the gaming. It's the cinema experience. It's got Dolby Vision in it. So some of the new things, for example, that we're going later, I watched Eternals recently. Not the greatest film, but oh my God, the accuracy of the colors is unbelievable. And the dark scenes when you've got the light low in your room, just remarkable.
Cool.
But yeah, I could drone on for hours about that. Sorry, we'll move on to the last 2 things that I bought recently. Coffee machine. Built a high addiction to coffee recently. Started working from home. It's a nice thing to take a break from. I know you love it too.
Mm-hmm.
I've got an espresso one, so it came with a subscription that I'm heavily picking my own capsules now. I've got a drawer full of them, lots of different varieties. So I've got your espresso shots, your double espressos, your 150 cups, your 230 cups, and the bigger ones. Some decafs in there and some special edition. I've got a custard cream one. Yeah, it's just I don't know, just a nice little kind of thing to have.
What is it? Is it like a Nescafe or Lavazza thing or
Nespresso? So
really? Yeah.
It's an espresso one. I think they update their types of coffees every now and then, but we'll see. I've got a 6-month subscription. You get like a certain number of deliveries every now and then. But cool. I know you like coffee as well, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, because I work from home, it's kind of like any excuse to just have a break. And I'll just be like, yeah, I'm just going to go make a coffee. So by the end of the day, I'm shaking and got anxiety. But I love coffee when I work. I've personally, I've been trying to do latte art at the moment. So the proper fancy flowers and stuff in your coffee, super extra, super not needed. But it's just fun to try and do. I have so much more respect for people who work in Costa now because it's difficult. Getting
all the patience for that.
No. I just bang a shot of espresso on. I'm I'm sorted. But
one of the things that has surprised me with it is the strength of the taste of some of the coffees.
Yeah.
Going from your kind of instant stuff to that, it is strong, bitter, real coffee tasting. And actually, I'm quite a fan of kind of full-bodied stuff like red wine, dark chocolate. And it's a similar kind of taste buds are kicking in and sensations.
Because we've got sometimes I just have the instant stuff, but because we're a bit extra, we've got 2 coffee machines. We had one that I had from when I was living in Bournemouth in a flat by myself, which is a Tassimo machine. So it's the pods that are discs, which are kind of more Americanos, lattes, and stuff like that. And then we've got another fancier one, which is a Lavazza machine, which is it's literally just shots of espresso. So I use that all the time when I do espresso martinis or now I do lattes and stuff like that. I use that. But
lattes where you top it up with milk, don't you? The whole way pretty much.
It's frothed milk, velvety milk and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's meant. Yeah. Very addicted to coffee though.
I understand now because I am getting to period where I'm like over 3 a day, and it's getting close, starting to peak and over, and I'm like, oh God, I need to stop. But the final thing I got as well recently was a vinyl player. Always wanted a proper one, kind of upgraded, went for a more high end.
I thought you had one before, or was that your...
I did. Right. It was my old man's and mine, but it was kind of older. The needle wasn't great. The weight behind it wasn't kind of as good as it needed to be. So I went for a proper Audio Technica one. I also got one that's got the Bluetooth built in as well, so I can have the fixed speakers and it connected to a TV speaker or whatever I fancy around the house. So I like it. And as I think some of my mates know, I've been trying to build a vinyl collection of some of the older music I've listened to. So it's good to finally be able to play that.
That's cool, having like an older collection, because you forget what music you used to listen to. Like I was talking to my girlfriend earlier about, like, we've been invited to a wedding, and they're like, oh, put in what music you like to dance to, and it's like, oh my God, what music did we used to listen to at uni and stuff like that. But vinyl players are great. Because I've got an Audio Technica one as well, but mine's more wooden finish. I think yours is more metallic, and is it black?
Yeah,
black metallic.
Yeah, it's I think it's metallic black. Matte black. I think it's made of metal. Yeah,
but that's very cool. You got the Bluetooth thing built in, because it
is handy.
Very handy. I've always wanted to,
it a little bit, right?
Yeah, I've always wanted to play, because my vinyl player is in the lounge, and obviously I work here when I work every day, and I'm like, I want to listen to it, but in my speakers in here. So I bought a Bluetooth. It's like a disc like that, and it can either transmit or receive Bluetooth. So I plug an aux from the record player into that, and then I connect that via Bluetooth to the speakers here, and it works like a charm. But like
a little transmitter.
Yeah, literally just like a little transmitter. But no, that's cool. It's good that you've got your own vinyl player now.
Yeah,
to call your
it's
own.
Just nice. And it's one of those things that I think look quite good in a living room or a space in the house, right? It's just nice to have that.
Yeah.
It gives like a good feel to an area for me. And like you said, I found myself going back to Spotify, or songs creeping up on playlists or being played again. I'm like, what on earth is that? Or what was that I used to listen to? And actually just being able to pull out a hard copy of something and being like, this was the one at this period in my life when I listened to. I don't want to forget that. So it's just getting as many as I can.
Yeah, no, that's cool. So I will rattle off some of the stuff I got for Christmas.
Yeah.
Speaking of vinyls, I got a couple new vinyls.
Nice.
I've been listening to a band. I think they're relatively new, and they're called Night Dynamite. It's very much like Gorillaz vibes. It's that kind of like almost kind of like droney voice, but like kind of rapping at the same time. But it's like super weird, trippy music, and it really it works really well on vinyl, because it's that kind of like
that static
old school feel. My girlfriend also got me Wolf Mother on vinyl, like proper old school rock. Guys who do like, I think it's like Joker and the Thief and stuff like that. Very cool. I didn't really get much tech for Christmas. I got like loads of like little bits. So I got this spherical ice molds and stuff. My parents, because I told them that I've started playing D&D, they got me a couple of these, and
I couldn't tell you what that is.
Exactly. So you pop these together, and they're little. You're probably going to hear this on the recording of me snapping these together, but it's little dice trays for you to roll your dice into, which is super nerdy. But
it's cool though. It makes that a bit easier, right?
It's like, because we've had multiple situations where I'll roll a dice and it'll like roll under the couch, and I'm like, oh my God, I gotta go get it again. But it's just like little things. It's quite cool. But again, super nerdy. What else did I get? So I actually got my girlfriend a milk frother.
Nice. She complements that coffee addiction.
Exactly. Well, because she loves like lattes and stuff like that, and we haven't been able to do them properly because we can't like froth milk and stuff like that. But I thought, you know what, I'll get her one of those. It might be quite fun. And then last one I wanted to touch on, I got Cyberpunk for Christmas.
Yes, I remember you saying, yeah.
And also, before, I completely forgot, I now own an Xbox Series X. Woo!
Oh, yes. Yeah. Dropping that in a bit late.
Yeah, sorry, I completely forgot about that. Because I'm pretty sure I bought it. It was just after our last episode. And I think, was it you that messaged me saying that they're in stock.
Sending a few around, yeah.
So I checked my local Argos, and they were in stock, and I was like, I've been toying. Every time one came up in stock, it was always with like a bundle, and it would be like 200 quid or something over what I was kind of comfortable paying, because it would come with like an Elite controller or FIFA, and I hate FIFA. But it came up with the standard edition, just Xbox with the controller, and I was like, hell yeah, I'll get it. So I bought it, and it's incredible. It's so good. It's so fast, like to boot up. The instant, instant play or something? Quick resume. Oh my God. It's so quick, especially for Cyberpunk. And Cyberpunk runs
you're straight back in.
Straight in.
It's good for campaigns, right? Because if you're in a campaign, rather than like saving or whatever, you can literally just turn off your console.
Literally turn it off.
And you're straight back into where you were.
It's mental. I remember the first time I really tried it, I was playing Cyberpunk, and I shut the Xbox off, like mid-sentence of a dialogue, like in Cyberpunk. I turned it back on, and it resumed mid-sentence. When it came back, I was like, oh my God, it's literally just done it. It's not like saving it at a checkpoint and then coming back. It's literally exactly where you left off. It's just so good.
It is. It's just so quick. Like I couldn't. You're now at that stage now. Once you play it for a while, you can't go back to the last generation. That speed to boot up is
I've got my Xbox One X here at my desk as well, and I've played it like once or twice, and it's so noticeable how slow it is now. Like even on like Halo Infinite and stuff like that, the menus like loading up certain aspects of it, it just takes forever.
Yeah.
But at the time, before I got the Series X, I was like, oh, it's quite quick. Like, I'm used to it. But it's just...
Because the Xbox One X, let's not forget, was a powerful machine.
It was a powerful machine. So, like, the Series X is just insane. So, I got that for Christmas. That was a big one for me. That was a Christmas present to myself. But,
well needed, though.
Yeah, oh, yeah, absolutely. But, Cyberpunk, I thoroughly recommend. I'm a couple of hours in. I've got past like the first prologue of it, where it like introduces all the characters, sets the scene and stuff like that, and I'm just getting into it. But it's so good. I love that whole kind of like aesthetic of like cyber future and stuff like that. But
since you've got it as well, it's one that I really, really want to get, and I think there's a big patch coming out soon for it. The new version for the new console. And for those that don't know, I'm pretty certain, 99.9% sure, that it's one of those games where smart delivery is involved. So if you buy it for the Xbox One, you will get that upgrade to the next gen free.
I hope
which is great. Which is great, and kind of what you need for that game, in particular a rough start it's had. I mean, we'll move on. Pretty good list, but we'll go on to kind of the games and TV we've been watching. Kind of just brief summary of what we're looking forward to or have started to play this year. One for me is actually I picked up the Nintendo Switch a fair bit, still playing Unite. Actually managed to get hold of Pokemon Diamond as well.
Oh, cool.
I've never played. I'm pretty certain I haven't. Although as I go through it, I'm starting to think otherwise. But I'm pretty certain I've never played it.
It's like, oh my God, I'm having deja vu.
But it is so good, so good. It's the best way I can put it is it's got the perfect balance of like an original kind of Pokemon, but with the right amount of kind of newer elements to the games that have come in. So like, I don't know, some of the menu systems and being able to filter through and seeing the Pokemon. And I do like the watch thing, the kind of app that comes with the in-game.
Oh, yeah,
it's just very good. And the updated graphics not being 2D and a little bit more three-dimensional form to them. Really, really, really fun game. Love Pokemons, as you know, we both do. But having an absolute whale of a time on that. And it's just one of those things that can really fill your kind of long journeys or hanging around in random places well.
Yeah, I want it. I desperately want it. I was a massive fan of Pokemon Diamond because me and my brother, we always used to get the two separate ones because it always comes in twos, apart from, the very first like Pokemon Red, Blue, Green. But I had Diamond, he had Pearl, and that was one of my favourite Pokemon games that I've ever played. So I will be getting it at some point, for sure. And
I don't blame you, because I'm in that position as well. I honestly think it's about there. I'm only a few hours in, but I still think it's really, really good.
Yeah.
Other things I've been playing, been rinsing Fortnite again since you have. I absolutely love it. Since the Unreal Engine 5's come in, looks unbelievable on the new console. Really like the new kind of direction they're taking. And the big event that those that don't know, when the map flipped, really, really good. Also, I think you jumped in it as well, but the Matrix demo, which also takes full use of that new Unreal Engine 5.
I still have not played it.
Oh, it's if you can just give it a go. It is unbelievable. I don't know how to describe it, but it's the small things, like the way things are going on. So I suppose in some older games you have like a quick scene where you're shooting someone out a window, and obviously the game's got a certain time period that needs to happen in. I'm pretty certain with the new engines it can just keep rolling, and everything you're doing is happening real time. It's not like a pre-generated image. Like I don't know how to describe it, but it's so good and so real and really, really immersive. So immersive. But you kind of have a cinematic scene that you follow between the two. And the thing that I really like is they cut between a cinematic scene and an actual gameplay scene on a regular basis. Actually, looking at it closely and playing it to start with, I could not tell. I thought it was the same thing.
It's scary, isn't it? It's like, if that's how things are going to progress in gaming, like, especially for like campaign games and stuff like that, it's basically just going to be a film that you're interacting with. But because I've seen a little bit about the demo. I've got it installed on my Xbox. It was actually the first thing I installed when I got the Series X. I was like, yeah, I'm going to get it now. But I watched a little bit of it, and I also saw the ending where it's like it shows you all the different not plugins, but like all the different features that Unreal Engine 5 provide for it. And it was saying like the dynamic traffic system, the kind of like day-night cycle of everything, the global illumination of everything. And it's just mental. It just looks so like super realistic. But yeah, it is one of my to play experiences.
Yeah. And I think it's one of the only things at the moment that takes full advantage of the architecture and stuff that's in these new consoles. So well worth it if you have one, just to take a look. Because some of these games they're good, but they aren't taking full advantage. They're still catering for the older generation's needs. So this, however, is on a completely different level. So go and check it out. In terms of TV and film, I mean, I watched Eternals the other day, like I said. Good looking film. I'd probably agree with a lot of the reviews. It's one of the weaker storylines.
Really?
But I think they could develop it. It looks like they're going to make a sequel without giving too much away. But it is. I think it's worth watching. It's a long film. It's drawn out. It's a very flimsy storyline, but hopefully it'll get pieced together as it goes along.
That's exactly what I've heard about it. I personally haven't seen it. I still need to watch Eternals, Shang-Chi, and also the Hawkeye series. We still haven't watched any of that just because there's just been so much going on. But that's what I've heard. It's very pretty, but there's just not a lot of substance to it.
Yeah, load of big names as well.
Yeah. There's loads of big actors in it.
Yeah, and that's I think that's a big pull for it. But Shang-Chi, well worth watching, and Hawkeye was good as well over the Christmas period. Other things, finally finished WandaVision, really, really good.
Nice.
Like the way you have to think a little bit differently about the series as it's going through. We always say we like those kind of TV shows and films. And also just started watching Green Planet, so for any of those that love a bit of David Attenborough, really, really good, stunning.
Nice. That's the one all about like the wildlife, right? Like the plants and environment and stuff.
Plants and different art environments rather than animals for a change. It's a different take. It is interesting, really interesting.
Yeah, I keep seeing adverts for that. I think like while I'm scrolling through Facebook and stuff like that, and I saw there was one talking about like the corpse flower, which is and when I saw it, I was like, that is literally the Demogorgon from Stranger Things. How it kind of like opens up like different sections. I'm like, that's terrifying.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, we need to watch that. I can't really remember what I've watched over Christmas. We don't really watch a lot of TV apart from like just the odd series on Netflix. Like at the moment, we're watching Miranda on BBC iPlayer. Just because I've never seen it before, but it's where my girlfriend and her sister get a lot of like their humour from, and like I've heard them say certain phrases like for ages, and I've never known where it comes from. And then watching Miranda, I'm like, oh, that's where you say that stuff from.
You get the context.
Yeah, it's well funny. But I've been, for gaming and stuff like that, I've been rinsing Halo. I I am one of those people who have completed the Battle Pass already, and I may have also completed the Cyber Showdown event really quickly with like a week to go. I just love it. It's just all of the cosmetic stuff and all that. It's just because I'm a massive Halo fanboy, like from years ago, like Halo 3, Halo 2, and all that stuff. I'm very invested in the franchise. So if as soon as there's any extra stuff that I can get, I'm like, oh hell yeah, soup up my Spartan. So I've got all the cool stuff at the moment. I got the flaming helmet. I got all the cool stuff. But now that I've finished all that, it's really annoying actually, because like once you finish it, you can't progress with anything. Like it does. There's nothing else. There's nothing to do apart from the weekly challenges and the weekly ultimate event item at the end of each week. But sometimes it's not really worth it. So I have come back to Fortnite. But I just thought I think it finishes in March, I think, this season or something like that. So I've got a couple months to rinse up to level 100. But I'll get there. I will get there.
Plenty of time. I've really been enjoying Fortnite again. I like the integration with the Marvel storyline that they're bringing back with the Spider-Man stuff. So really good game.
Yeah, they've got loads of. I don't know if you've seen like all the new weather mechanics and stuff like that.
Yes, they have. You're right.
I think I jumped in yesterday, and there was this massive like tornado that's going around the map, which is very cool. But and
it's actually amazing how well integrated it is. Like it picks up vehicles and the dynamic environment very like you expect it would. Like it's not just whipped up out of nowhere. It's slowly dragged as if it would be if the winds were picking up. It's really impressive. Very natural, really impressive.
Yeah. Well, it's Unreal Engine 5, right? So it's like
that's it.
Top notch. Like how it should be going at the moment.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah,
another good example.
Cyberpunk, Halo, and Fortnite are kind of like my staples at the moment. But,
Dream triage.
Oh hell yeah! But that's kind of all I've been doing at the moment. I haven't really been watching a lot of stuff apart from like the odd TV show. But I'm very excited about this year, like stuff that's coming up. There are two main ones that I'm very excited about: the Lord of the Rings show, the Amazon show, and there's also another thing on Amazon because I'm very massively into Dungeons and Dragons at the moment because I'm a big nerd. There's kind of a new TV show that is basically like Dungeons and Dragons. So there's a party of like a rogue, a wizard, warrior, and all that stuff, and it's basically an animated Dungeons and Dragons show. But I'm very excited about that. I think it's called The Legend of Vox Machina or something. But yes, I'm just very excited. Very excited.
We'll have to bring them up later in the year once they come around.
Once they drop, I think they're coming out. I think Legend of Vox Machina is out at the end of this month. I think it's like next week or something. But yes, I will be talking more about that in the coming episodes.
Yeah, definitely. Especially, and there is so much coming up this year, and we'll be sure to cover it as we play it or see it or things come out. So don't worry. I mean, finally, I just want to cover a few news bits that have popped up over the period. In particular, like I said, focusing a little bit on the Game Pass. I know there was a massive acquisition recently from Microsoft that raised a few eyebrows, and it was actually the kind of recently troubled Blizzard. Is it Blizzard and Activision, or is it just Blizzard?
It's Blizzard. Well, it's Activision Blizzard. I'm pretty sure there's been a lot of controversy at Activision, and also I have heard there has been also some controversy at Blizzard. And I believe that is why the price of everything has gone down a bit, because I'm pretty sure the price was a lot higher previously, but because of the controversy, it's dipped a little bit.
And like you said, I mean, I think it was around $80 billion is still a lot of money. Massive for Xbox. Also in terms of the Game Pass as well.
I think it was 70 billion, the final price. But I think originally it was up there, like 75 getting up to 80, but it's dropped because of the controversy. So they've got a steal.
And I mean, the types of games involved, I think World of Warcraft, Call of Duty's in there. I'm not sure if you probably could name a few than that.
So it's all of the Activision Blizzard stuff. So all Activision, it's like all the whole Call of Duty franchise,
Overwatch as well, isn't it?
Overwatch, Crash Bandicoot, Spyro, and then Blizzard stuff. It's like StarCraft, Diablo, which is a huge part of the gaming industry. World of Warcraft, and then obviously they've also, because King are part of those two companies as well. Microsoft now own like Candy Crush and all those kind of like mobile games.
Yeah, I saw that as part of it.
Which is a big one. But I am so excited about this because I used to play World of Warcraft and I stopped playing because it's a subscription service. Like you pay monthly to play this game. And I was like, I might as well just pay for Xbox where I've got all these games rather than paying a similar fee for just World of Warcraft. So my dream, please, Xbox gods, is that they will bundle in a World of Warcraft subscription to your Xbox account if you pay for Games Pass. That is my wish, because then I will be absolutely rinsing World of Warcraft.
Now, this is the big talking point, right? Because there's been a few big acquisitions, and currently the Ultimate Game Pass price is £10. And obviously they've been doing a big thing about combining Xbox and PC, blah, blah, blah. Now, I think at the moment you've got to have Ultimate to have EA Play wrapped into that.
I think
and it'll be interesting to see whether the price rises as a result of some of these things. I think it's inevitable. I know they came out and said that Call of Duty isn't going to be an Xbox exclusive. It's still going to be available for Sony. But it seems like a big amount of money they're spending on a service that is still growing. But it'll be interesting to see whether they go for like the kind of add-on take, whether you want to add on, I don't know, Activision's games for an extra £3 a month for part of your subscription, or whether you can kind of pick different elements from different game studios and put them into your Game Pass, or whether it will just be one big umbrella that you have to pay for everything.
Well, it's like EA Play, right? I think because you can bundle that onto your subscription service for Xbox, and then you can have
if you
all
pay
of the EA
for
stuff.
Ultimate. Yeah.
It'll be very interesting to see what they do with that. I'm just super excited. Like all of just everything coming to Xbox like that.
Yeah.
Especially seeing as I've now got an Xbox Series X, I'm like, oh yeah, I made the right choice.
yeah, right. And it is looking, I mean, Xbox looks serious, Microsoft look seriously strong. I know Sony are looking to come up with a similar thing, but they are several years late, and it will take a while to build up that subscription service. So yeah, very, very interesting times. I just can't help but think the prices of things like Call of Duty that are usually about £65-70 now, if you spread that across a year, that's still £6 you're probably gonna have to slap that onto subscription fee. It will just be very interesting to see how they do the price payment system for it now going forwards. Again, this acquisition I don't think is due to happen or be finalized until 2023, so it's a long way off, but I think Xbox and Microsoft do have a very, very big upper hand. Alongside that, Ubisoft I think are also another one that are coming to Microsoft or the Game Pass as part of their subscription service. Notably, Rainbow Six Extraction has just come out, and I think all of the Siege games have gone on it as well. Be very interesting to see what comes out of that. I know there's quite a few Ubisoft games. Couldn't name them off the top of my head, but I know they are a massive studio as well.
Yeah. Oh god, what was that? The Division and all that stuff, like the kind of open world third-person shooter games. That's like multiplayer. All those kind of games. Ubisoft, I'm pretty sure, like Trials. Those Trials games are Ubisoft as well, and obviously like Rayman and all that kind of all those games are Ubisoft. But it'd be very interesting to see what actually comes to the Games Pass for that. Speaking of Rainbow Six, like I checked out earlier, I'm pretty sure you've said that you've installed Extraction, right?
Yeah, I have. I've started playing it.
Yeah. So because I've got that installed now as well. I did also install Siege because I've heard that it's an incredible game, but I've just never played it, never had the chance. So
I just done a quick Google of Ubisoft as well. Just not confirmed, but I mean Far Cry 6, Assassin's Creed,
all the Far Cry
Watch Dogs, Tom Clancy, like you said, the Division games. So quite an interesting. For Honor I've got in here as well. There's a nice interesting range of games that could be as part of that package. So interesting times ahead for Microsoft. It'll be interesting to see how Sony get along trying to catch up with the Microsoft gang. Now, we covered a lot today. I know we've kind of covered almost too much, I mean, from our little break. We'll go over the review for the drinks. How was your is it Highland Park?
Delightful.
Yes.
Yeah. I kind of want to say it's one of my new faves. a big thing for me with whiskey. It's like, how does it look as well? Like, just the box alone is very snaz.
The bottle's good as well. If it's what I think it is. Yeah.
Well, I've almost finished this one, so don't. But it's very.
It's very same bottle. I do like the bottle. Yeah.
Super snazzy. It's just very tasty. It says on the back, it's like combining flavors of sun-ripened citrus fruits, creamy vanilla, and a hint of peppery spice. You can definitely taste. It's kind of like, it's a bit sharp. If that makes sense. Like, there's a bit of a bite to it. But it's very good. I think it's going to be one of my faves for sure. How was yours? How was the red wine finish?
Mine was really good. I liked it. I did really like it. And like I said, I think I've got the 15 or 10 years as well. I'm probably going to bring in that episode as well. But really, really good. Again, I'll just take some of the stuff. It's rich and full-bodied. There was kind of like a sweet hint on the end of it. So it does say toffee and some tropical fruits with a little bit of cinnamon. So really, really liked it. But again, one of those higher, longer aged ones, just slightly more expensive, but very good. It'll be interesting to see how it compares to the 10 or 12 years that I've got. Interesting you say about Highland Park. I think it was one of the ones that was part of my testing kit that first got me into it, and I bought it afterwards because I really, really liked it. So
there's a couple of different ones. I know because this is the 10 year, and I'm pretty sure there's a couple of different variations of it.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
but I might see what the other bottles are like next time I go shopping.
Well,
new
worth
bottle
taking.
for next episode.
Right. Got a whole new year to get through.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, that's a couple of drinks reviews. Thanks again for listening. Appreciate all the support last year. We intend to kind of carry on as we were from the new year. We'll be going back into our regular recording basis. So hopefully you'll hear us for 5 weeks on, 2 weeks off, 5 weeks on. I think it's been a while since we've done a game review or game focus. Sorry. So watch out. We'll see. Maybe Cyberpunk or something. We'll see what's coming up. See if I can get a hold of a copy. But we'll be sure to get one of them involved because they tend to be one of the more popular episodes. As always, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts if you're taking a listen. We really appreciate it. We'll drop a couple of questions for those on Spotify. I noticed that Spotify have also dropped in a poll thing for those that listen to this now. So maybe going forward, we'll try and utilise them as well. As always, follow us on Instagram. Try to be as active and put some polls and different other bits of content on there when we can.
Posts and stuff.
A little bit laxed on that every once in a while, but Anyway, thanks for listening. I've been Sam.
I've been David.
Take it easy because you're now on our level.